Was Yuma about to defeat Kite? Let's watch.
Yuma versus Kite. These two have 3 duels throughout the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal series.
The hell? They only have 3? How many duels between protagonist and rival we have in our series? Now that I think about it. I never actually thought about it, but 3 sounds like a small amount. I'm trying to think right now. Hold on. We're already like getting into something and into an entirely different conversation. But like, I'm so curious about this. I feel like that makes sense, right? It's like 3, maybe 4. I don't think it's more than that usually. Does Kaiba and Yugi has like what? One duel first, then they have the one with the ghost, then the one in they don't duel into Battle City, right? That's 3, maybe 4. I don't remember. You did fight Kaiba a lot, but that's cause of filler. Yeah, I don't count filler, obviously. Yuma early on starts terrible duelist, but the series learns how to grow. Yeah. What, Yugi only dueled Kaiba 2 times, 3 if you count Dark Side Dimension? It's only 2 times? Okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
Kite stands as the benchmark for Yuma and Astral's growth as duelists. Spoilers, Kite demolishes Yuma and Astral.
Demolishes?
The rematch, however, is played exclusively by Astral until the final turn, where it ends in a draw. With how things have been going, you'd think that the final duel would end with Yuma's victory. But alas, Kite wins again.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I love that.
Essentially makes Kite one of only 2 rivals throughout the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise that has never lost to the main character. So the question then becomes, if we analyze all of the duels between Kite and Yuma, can we see if they really gave their all in each of them? Or if any minor changes could have changed the outcome of the duel? Let's find out.
It's so interesting. Kite plays the Galaxy Eyes, right? That's not the Tachyon by the other ones. And no, wait, is it Galaxy Eyes, right? Galaxy Eye, okay, Galaxy Eyes, okay.
The duel begins and Kite goes first. He draws, and his opening hand consists of Daybreaker, Shining Angel, Goddess with the Third Eye, Light Serpent, Photon Veil, and Photon Lead.
Wait, these are old cards, right? I'm not crazy, right? These are old cards, the angel and the goddess. That's so interesting. Interesting. Gavin, the manga is absent as the Battle City. Yeah, it makes sense.
Kite immediately activates his Photon Veil. Due to its effect, he can shuffle 3 light monsters in his hand back into his deck to add 1 to 3 level 4 or lower light monsters from his deck straight to his hand. However, if he chooses to add 3 monsters, they must all share the same name. And so, Kite shuffles his Daybreaker, Shining Angel, and Goddess with the Third Eye back into his deck, and then adds 3 copies of Daybreaker to his hand. Following this, Kite plays Photon Lead, which lets him special summon a level 4 or lower light monster in his hand. He summons his first copy of Daybreaker. Now, Daybreaker's effect kicks in. Since it was special summoned, it summons another of itself from his hand to the field.
Is this once per turn?
Second copy's effect then activates,
It's
summoning
not...
the third. With 3 level 4s on his field, he overlays all 3 to exceed summon his number 10 Illuminite. Kite
That's huge.
activates Illuminite's effect by detaching 1 material. He discards 1 card in his hand to draw 1 new card. He sends Light Serpent to the grave and draws Plasma Ball. Now, since Light Serpent was sent to the grave via an effect, its effect kicks in, allowing it to special summon itself to the field. Kite normal summons his Plasma Ball, and then with 2 level 3s on
Right, that was all before the normal summon.
field, he overlays both to exceed summon his rank 3, number 20, Giga Brilliant. Kite ends his turn. Overall,
What? And to be continued there? What a turn to end it, dude. What is this episode? What happens in this episode that this just ends like that? That is so cool. That is so awesome. I love that.
Overall, what a turn. Kite managed to get out 2 number monsters with relative ease. The only criticism I would have with this play, and it's only a small one, he could have used Giga Brilliant's effect. Might as well get his monster's attack up by 300 to 2100, and then next turn he could use it again to get it up more. In the grand scheme of the duel, it doesn't really matter, but if we want to be technical, it would have been slightly better play. But other than that, a fine first turn. It's Yuma's turn and he draws.
Mozdul takes. I know Mozdul take multiple episodes, obviously, but it still like feels like weird to see it like that. The to be continues only in the dub. Oh, I see. Oh! Why did I click on this? Sorry.
His opening hand consists of Gokugo Golem, Gagaga Magician, Zubaba Knight, Monster Slots, Cross Attack, and Copy Knight. In contrast to Kite's turn, Yuma simply sets Gokugo Golem face down and ends his turn. It's back to Kite, and he draws something. This card won't be revealed or played. This is because Kite immediately activates the effect of his Illuminite, detaching another material to discard the card he just drew. He then draws a new card. He gets Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Kite uses Giga Brilliance effect. By detaching one material, it increases its own attack by 300. Kite enters his battle phase and attacks Yuma's set Gokugo Golem. However, due to its effect, it's not destroyed once per battle. Kite attacks again and finishes the job. Kite moves to his main phase 2 and tributes his two monsters to special summon his ace, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. You see, this monster can only be special summoned by tributing 2 monsters with 2000 or more attack. And now...
What a condition.
Whilst on the field, unbeknownst to Yuma, whenever Galaxy Eyes battles, it can banish itself and the opponent's attacking monster and then return them at the end of the battle phase. By doing so, it will remove all materials from the opponent's Xyz monster and then gain 500 attack for each one that it removed. The perfect monster to counter Xyz users. With this play, Kite ends his turn. It's back to Yuma, and he draws Blustering Winds. He summons Gagaga Magician and then activates monster slots. Now, by targeting one monster on the field and one monster in his grave, with the same level, he can banish the monster in the grave and then draw one new card. And if that drawn card is the same level as the other 2 monsters, he can special summon it. He banishes his Golem and draws the level 4 Ganbara Knight. Now, with 2 level 4s, Yuma overlays both to Xyz summon his number 39 Utopia.
That's the guy. That's my goat right there. It's Orbital who has that time slow power to the very small fraction, which doesn't affect the number holders, as they are who he must do claim those cards by winning. What? Usually summoning of Galaxy Eye Soldier, since it oh right Galaxy Eye Soldier. Wait, it's Galaxy Soldier, right? Or was it? I don't remember. But yeah.
Yuma activates Blustering Winds. This increases Utopia's attack by 1000. Now, with enough attack, Yuma enters his battle phase and attacks Galaxy Eyes. However, Kite reveals Galaxy Eyes' effect. Both monsters are banished. Yuma
and now he's gonna come back with more attack.
Return. However, Utopia has lost its materials.
The materials, without materials.
Galaxy Eyes has gained 1000 attack. Yuma ends by setting his Copy Knight trap face down. It's Kite's turn and he draws Photon Wind.
Does Utopia also get destroyed? It doesn't, right? In the anime, when it gets attacked with no materials.
Kite immediately enters his battle phase and attacks Utopia. Since numbers can only be destroyed in battle by other numbers, Utopia isn't destroyed.
Okay, so I guess it's different in the anime. I forget like how they changed all the numbers effects, how they work. Yeah, probably Galaxy Soldier. I just remember it had a single eye. Yeah, I think it's Galaxy Soldier.
However, Yuma still takes the damage. Kite activates his quick play spell, Photon Wind, which, when a monster inflicts battle damage, but the monster isn't destroyed, it allows him to inflict 1000 damage to the opponent and then draw a card. Yuma takes 1000
no, very specific. I love how in this anime, when they take damage, they just end up flying and stuff. Like it's so extra.
Luminize. Kite ends his turn by setting Luminize face down. It's Yuma's turn, and the penultimate turn of the duel.
Wait, already? Oh, this is the first duel. Oh, we wanna see all the duels. Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Yuma hesitantly draws and gets Mirror Mail. Here, Yuma is faced with 2 options. Switch Utopia into defense, or attempt to take Galaxy Eyes head on. Astral advises Yuma not to play cautiously, as most likely, Kite will have prepared for such an event. And so, Yuma decides to go all out. However, ironically, in hindsight, if Yuma would have done his play, switched Utopia into defense and played defensively, he would have lived longer in the duel. He would have gained another turn. Going all out, Yuma summons Zubaba Knight. Now, since a level 4 warrior was summoned, he can activate Copy Knight, which summons itself as a copy of Zubaba Knight with 0 attack and defense. Yuma overlays both to exceed summon his rank 3 Leviathan Dragon. He detaches one material from it to activate its effect. It increases its own attack by 500. Yuma then activates Cross Attack, targeting Utopia and Leviathan Dragon. Since both have the same attack, he can now attack directly with one, while preventing the other from attacking at all. And so,
Interesting. That sounds like a made-up effect.
Yuma attempts to attack directly. However, Kite plays his set Luminize, which negates the attack, and instead increases Galaxy Eyes' attack by Utopia's attack. Yuma ends his turn by setting Mirror Mail face down. The plan here was to attack with 2500 attack, wait for Kite's turn. Kite declares an attack with Galaxy Eyes. Yuma plays Mirror Mail. This will make both of the monsters attack each other. Galaxy Eyes will be destroyed, and then Yuma can attack directly for the game. However, it's not going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
And the final turn of the duel. He draws and gets Photon Cerberus. He summons it to the field and then activates its effect to prevent either player from activating set trap cards on the field. With Mirror Mail unable to be activated, Yuma and Astral have no defense. Kite attacks for game.
That's it?
However, before the attack can connect, Kite receives word that his brother has collapsed. Kite abandons the duel.
What did they do to Mokuba? Oh, they really did the Mokuba thing. Interesting. And he just leaves? What a good brother.
The duel ends with no winner. However, definitively, Kite won this match. Even more so, he won this match and didn't take a single life point of damage. As the camera pans away, Yuma and Astral are left distraught. Overall,
what about
this
the
duel
other
was really
person
simple
there?
to analyze. Kite played the best possible duel he could with the cards he had. Honestly, there wasn't much more he could have done better. Whereas for Yuma and Astral, the crucial moment was unfortunately not playing defensively in that turn. I'm not going to call it a misplay because you need hindsight. Going for what they thought could have been the win was legit, could have been the win. It just depended on what Kite's face down was and then what card he was about to draw next turn, which unfortunately stopped the attack and then stopped his trap card. However, had Yuma simply switched his Utopia into defense and then ended his turn there, well, what could have happened is when it's Kite's turn, he would have summoned his Cerberus, the back row wouldn't have worked regardless. Kite would have attacked with his Galaxy Eyes, removing both monsters. He would have attacked directly with his Cerberus. Yuma would have had about 200 life points left, and then next turn, Cerberus's effect would have ended. So it's possible that Yuma could have got his Mirror Mail playoff on the next turn. However, it all depends on what Kite would have drawn for his next turn. So it's just speculation, but
so it's impossible to really say for sure.
Did have a chance if he played defensively. Astral gave not bad advice, but unfortunately advice that ultimately cost him the duel. Anyway, let's jump into the next duel.
Backseating goes crazy here. His brother's name is Hart. He's Mokuba. He already knows he won. I see. I don't know if he's the type of character that would assume, oh yeah, it's I already won. Who cares? I just think he didn't care about winning or losing. It's just like bird is more important. I feel like that's what it will be, right? Who cares who win there? There was a 50-50 chance of what you want to try and do. Yeah. An episode of Arc 5 showed that knockback from damage was less powerful when the small children are playing, though that implies getting thrown around like that in any kind was designed on purpose. So hype though. Would you do it? Would you do it? Would I do it? I will do it for content, yes. Alright, second duel.
The rematch begins, and Astral goes first. He draws, and his starting hand consists of Go Golem, Double Defender, Battle Break, and 3 cards that are never seen, never used, and will ultimately be shuffled into the deck later in the duel.
Wow.
Astral sets Go Golem and Battle Break face down, and ends his turn. It's Kite's turn, and he draws. His opening hand consists of Reverse Buster, Photon Circle, Photon Leo, Galaxy Storm, Photon Spear, and Photon Hurricane.
I like how we see completely different hands. Like none of the cards are repeated, right? Or unless I'm missing something. But yeah, it feels like all of the cards are completely different.
He begins by summoning Reverse Buster. He then enters his battle phase and attacks. Due to Reverse Buster's effect, spell and traps can't be activated until the end of the damage step. And not only that, but when this monster attacks a set monster, the monster attacked is immediately destroyed.
Wait, no, the golem was
and
summoned,
this card
right?
gains 500 attack. Kite sets Photon Hurricane face down and ends his turn. It's Astral's turn, and he draws Gokugo Giant. He summons
that was also there.
and then uses its effect to special summon Gokugo Golem.
Yeah,
from
no,
his
they were
grave.
also there. My
This
bad.
effect then switches Giant into defense. Afraid of Kite set card and Galaxy Eyes in his deck, Astral decides not to summon Utopia.
Interesting.
Instead, he activates Double Defender to negate one attack every turn, so long as he controls 2 monsters in face-up defense. Astral sets a mysterious trap face down here. This trap won't be revealed, it won't be played, and it's gonna get bounced back into his deck in a minute. It's implied to be defensive in nature, so do with that information what you will, but yeah, doesn't matter what it is. Astral ends his turn. It's Kite's turn, and he draws Armored Back. It turns out, not summoning Utopia was a grave mistake, as Kite activates his set Photon Hurricane. This spell returns all spell and traps on the field back to the hand. Kite reveals here that if Yuma had summoned Utopia, he couldn't have defended against it. Yuma
That is already really bad. I also like how we see cards that are anime only and are available IRL, but it all looks fake because I never see Galaxy Eye player using half of these cards. So true, so true.
could have destroyed his monster, and by destroying his monster, Kite wouldn't be able to do the play he's about to do now. So, this is actually the second huge misplay Astral has made so far. He played too defensively, he played too cautiously, and it's gonna cost him. Kite
He thinks he's so smart because he's the best the best duelist or whatever. I actually don't remember the lore, but he's meant to be like a really good duelist, right? But like he's like trying to count. He's too tunnel vision, right? That's tunnel vision, and that happens in real duels. When you focus so much on one aspect of your opponent's playstyle, you end up not getting the full picture. Yeah.
Buttes Reverse Buster and summons Photon Leo. Photon Leo's effect then activates, which, when it's summoned, forces Astral to shuffle his entire hand back into his deck and then draw the same amount of cards. Astral shuffles Double Defender, Battle Break, and 3 mysterious cards into his deck. He then draws Zubaba Knight, Decrease, Drop Exchange, Akorno, and Kagito Kage. Kite activates Photon Spear, equipping it to Photon Leo. This grants it piercing battle damage. Photon Leo attacks and destroys Gokugo Giant, dealing damage to Astral. Kite sets Armored Back face down and ends his turn. It's back to Astral, and he draws Xyz Reflect. He summons Zubaba Knight. Astral discards Decrease in order to special summon Akorno. Astral activates Drop Exchange. By sending 2 monsters to his grave, he can summon a monster in his hand with the sum of the monster's levels. He sends his level 3 and level 1 to the grave to summon his level 4 Kagito
Oh, that
Kage.
looks so cool.
Astral
Wait, what? That looks awesome. I didn't know it looked like that in the anime. That looks so cool. He's an absolute smug lord and we love him for it. Yeah. I really like the character. Like, I don't know much about him, but he looks like a type of character that I would enjoy. Yeah.
Overlays Gokugo Golem and Kagito Kage to Xyz summon number 39, Utopia. Utopia attacks. Photon Leo is destroyed. However, Kite activates his set Armored Back, which brings back Photon Leo and re-equips it with Photon Spear. Astral sets Xyz Reflect face down and ends his turn. It's Kite's turn, and he draws Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. He summons Photon Circle, and then activates Photon Spear's second effect.
Oh, there's
Photon
more?
Leo is now treated as 2 tributes for a monster. And
Oh,
so,
I wonder why.
Kite tributes Photon Leo to special summon Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Kite attacks Utopia. As he does,
Little
he uses
shadow
his effect to
lizard.
banish both. Photon Circle then attacks directly. The battle phase ends, both monsters return, Galaxy Eye's attack increases, while Utopia's materials are gone. Kite ends by activating his Galaxy Storm. This destroys an Xyz monster that has no overlay unit. However, Astral activates his set Xyz Reflect to negate the effect of Galaxy Storm and instead inflict 800 damage to Kite. It's back
Very
to
specific
Astral,
number.
and he draws Clean Barrier, Clear Force. Astral performs a Chaos Xyz evolution, overlaying his Utopia with his number C39 Utopia Ray. Astral activates Utopia Ray's effect, detaching one material so that it can increase its own attack by 500 and then decrease one monster the opponent controls by 1000.
You know, I've seen so many Utopia cards in Master Duel, which is the main thing I play, and I haven't seen that many. Or rather, I see a lot, and I don't know how many are from the anime, because I know in the last duel between Astral and Yuma, there is also a lot of Utopias. So I don't know if there is a good way of seeing which cards are from the anime and which ones are from, they came out later. No one wants to play Utopia Rays. I can see, I can imagine. Kage Tokage is such a fun name. Thank you for teaching me Japanese name for Shadow, Kage, and Lizard. Tokage. Oh, that literally means Shadow Lizard. Kage Tokage. Interesting. But like To means end, right? So it's like Shadow and Shadow. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? I do like how Chaos Xyz evolutions were adapted in the modern day, just automatic rank ups like Nova into Infinity. Yeah, that is cool. It feels like you're basically being nerfed with having more like another card in your extra deck, but it makes sense, I guess. There's like 5 of them. Oh, I see. And this is why Yuma gained Utopia Monster that can overlay on each other, because then it is annoying for people to take away his materials. Oh, a majority were from the anime, but some new ones, like the most recent upgrades to Yuma's card. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know, because sometimes you get cards that were in the anime later. Like, just because they are new cards in the TCG or OCG, or those doesn't mean that they were in the anime. Like, we just got not we just got, right? But I feel like we got a character like a card from GX like 17 years later. I don't remember which one was it. There were cards like that are released like way later. I guess a fun JP name that got rewritten instead of it was Madolchi Puddingses. Was like Puddingses, pudding, and the whole world is just princess in JP accent. Puddingses. It was a pun. Yeah, it's like that localization is like hard to do, I bet. But it makes sense.
Astral attacks Photon Circle, attempting to go for game. However, it is revealed any damage inflicted in battles via Circle is halved. Astral sets Clean Barrier, Clear Force face down and ends his turn. As he does, Utopia Ray's attack returns to normal. It's Kite's turn, and the penultimate turn of the duel. He draws Photon Shock. Kite immediately enters his battle phase and attacks Utopia Ray, attempting to go for game. However, Astral activates Clear Force to return the attack of all monsters Kite controls to their original values. Utopia Ray is not destroyed as Galaxy Eyes isn't a number, and Astral survives the battle. Kite ends his battle phase, and as he does, Galaxy Eyes' attack returns to 4000.
This number thing is so annoying, like they being unable to be destroyed. Honestly, if the cards are too good, they were from the anime, and if they are arguably broken, they are from the OCG. And Baron was released over 15 years after 5Ds in 2023 pack. Wait, really? It came out in 2023? Interesting.
And here, something very weird happens. We don't actually see Kite end his turn. Instead, we cut to Yuma and all the shenanigans going on outside of the duel, and the next time we come back to the duel, it's the start of Astral's turn.
Interesting.
However, something happened in this end phase, which wasn't shown on screen. And what is it? Well, it's because they didn't show him set Photon Shock face down. Keep this detail in mind and observe all of the shots I'm about to show you, because you will not see a set trap at all, except for when Kite activates the card. It's Astral's turn, and
that's
the final
so
turn of
weird.
The duel. Yuma appears with the power of Zexal. and
The
merges
power of
with Ash.
Sexal?
Using this new power, Yuma performs a Shining Draw. A Shining Draw allows a duelist to draw any card they so wish. However, if they are exceptionally strong, they can even fabricate a card into reality that's perfect in helping them with the situation at hand. And that's exactly what happens here.
Yeah, I know, I have to say it. It's tradition at this point. I have to say it. This is so weird, and then someone in the comment is gonna say, "Oh, this is the same that Yugi did it's like the Destiny Draw or whatever. It's always been there." Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. I'm a boomer. I don't know anything. No, but I actually do agree. It makes sense. It's the same thing. It's just like the way that it's portrayed in the anime is kinda weird, and it seems weird. I don't know. It kinda takes me out instead of just believing. But it's the same thing. I get it. I understand. It's just like that Utopia overframe retrain. If you remember, it cannot be destroyed by battle unless it's attacked by another monster. I don't remember the retrain's effects right now. Super Saiyan mode, yeah, it's a Super Saiyan. Yeah. That's why. What was it? The theory that we saw the other day that Yu-Gi-Oh and Dragon Ball were from the same universe or whatever.
Yuma manifests ZW Unicorn Spear to the top of his deck.
What?
He equips it to Utopia Ray. Due to its effect, the attack of Utopia Ray is increased by 1900. Utopia Ray then attacks Galaxy Eye's Photon Dragon. The second effect of Unicorn Spear then activates. This prevents Galaxy Eyes from using its effect during the battle phase. If this attack is successful, Kite loses the duel.
Very convenient, right? How do you create the perfect card and still lose?
However, Kite plays his set Photon
The
Shock,
one that we never
Yuma
saw being
takes
set.
the same amount of battle damage he would take. And so, Utopia Ray destroys Galaxy Eyes, and both duelist life points drop to 0. The duel ends in a tie.
Oh,
So
interesting.
My question becomes, when did Kite set that trap card? Well, we know now, doesn't it? It was in the last turn, but they never showed it. I'm gonna blame the animators for this. In terms of this duel though, Kite was on top of the entire duel. Astral did have an opportunity to swing the duel into his favor, but he played too defensively, which is ironic considering that's what let him down in the last duels. Kite played his best he possibly could. Unfortunately, however you feel about the ability to manifest a card to the top of your deck to counter a very specific situation, that ultimately was the power that they had, and they used it to almost win the duel. So I think this duel was fair, ending in a draw. I also think was fair and square. However, we have one final duel to look at.
How do you still lose? You just have to be him, no one else. It has to be him. It was called number 39, Utopia Envoy of Light. This is like how in Bleach, where using your Bankai wasn't even an auto win move and you still could lose. Yeah, if the opponent also does the same or something like that, right? And maybe Yuma could do that because he was really an alien. Some of the other characters were and didn't know it until something happened later to bring the memory back. Wait, really? That's so awesome. Because Yuma forgets to add when you activate this card, you win the duel to the cards he creates. Yeah, I mean there has to be a limit, right? But like, how far does it go? That's what I wonder. Imagine manifesting Max C into your opening hand. That would be so messed up. I don't think do we ever see something like Max C in the anime? I don't think so, right? It's only in that one manga. To this day, Kaito doing so well against Yuma's manifestation is what makes Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything put Kite in his top 5 of all time. What? Yuma makes fair cards specific for his need. Yuma makes his card fair. Yeah, he makes fair cards. I guess you have to make them fair, like something that would exist. I draw Maxi. Yuma vs Kaito run 2 is the last episode of Sexal's first half. How many, like, so what? How many seasons? There is 4 seasons? Or 3 seasons? But I understand the idea. No one can be Yugi. Definitely not. Not even Yugi could be Yugi. they never put any restriction to the creation of cards. They literally say a true duelist creates the cards they draw. Interesting. I know there is technically no restriction, but like they are like what they think will be a reasonable card to exist, right? I will assume so. I don't know. I'm sure there is no rules about it. It's just do you hit canon at this point. I don't remember anything like that besides Yusei having effect Veiler. No, definitely not. Kite goes up against plot armor on the level of Yugi's Destiny Draw and still wins. That's really impressive. Yeah, no, totally. Very impressive. Okay, let's see the last duel. Kite's
The
light.
final duel begins, and Yuma goes first. He draws, and his opening hand consists of Ganbara Knight, Gagaga Magician, Double Bind, Flash Effect, Zero Zarok, and Dimension Gate. Yuma starts by summoning his Ganbara Knight in attack. He then activates the continuous spell Zero Zarok to prevent all face-up attack position monsters with zero attack from being targeted for attacks.
What an
Yuma
interesting effect.
ends his turn. It's Kite's turn, and he draws. Note that Kite's heart isn't in this duel.
What?
Oh my god, I just got it. His brother's name's Heart. His heart's not in the duel because his brother's safe now. That's incredible. Do you think they knew that? I don't know, but that's a good coincidence.
What?
Kite's opening hand consists of Photon Thrasher, Photon Crusher, Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, Battle Gravity, Galaxy Burst, and Battle Simulation. As Kite controls no monsters, he special summons Photon Thrasher. He then normal summons Photon Crusher. Kite tributes both to special summon Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon.
So
Kite
fast.
enters his battle phase and attacks. As he does, he activates the quick play spell Galaxy Burst to halve the attack of his Photon monster, and then target 2 face-up cards the opponent controls and negate their effects. Ganbara Knight and Zero Zero Rock have their effects negated. Ganbara Knight is destroyed. Kite enters his main phase 2 and activates Battle Gravity. Now, if a player controls a monster that did not attack that turn, they take 1000 damage when the battle phase ends. Kite sets his Battle Simulation
The
face
hell?
down, and as he does, Galaxy Eyes' attack returns to normal. It's Yuma's turn,
That's
and he draws
such an interesting effect.
Goblinberg. He summons Goblinberg and then activates its effect to special summon a level 4 or lower monster in his hand. He summons Gagaga Magician. Yuma overlays both to exceed summon his Utopia. Utopia attacks Galaxy Eyes. However, he uses Utopia's effect by detaching one material to negate his own attack. Now, since a monster
Oh, we're cooking so hard with this.
monster's effect was activated during the battle phase, Yuma can activate his Flash effect, which increases the attack of Utopia by 800, and then negates the effects of all monsters on the field.
What?
Due to this, Utopia's own effect is negated, meaning it can't negate its own attack. And so,
What a dude! Excuse me? So he declared an attack? Like that's a chain, right? So the first thing that he does is he attacks, right? Then he negates his attack. Then he activates the quick play spell. The quick spell to negate his effect of negating his attack. Dude, wow, what? That is crazy, dude. Who comes up with that? That's a crazy play. Basically, he changed effect Baylor to his own monster, except Baylor also boosts attack. Yeah, you negates his own attacks a lot. That is such a crazy play. I love that. I love that. And he ends up negating also the opponent's effect, so that it can attack, right? That is so cool. That is so cool. That is honestly, that is one of the coolest plays I've seen. Like in general, you can watch Yu-Gi-Oh! I wanna believe. What? He just chain linked. Yeah, he kept chain linking his own effects. That is so cool.
attack continues. However, before the attack can connect, Kite activates Battle Simulation, which halves the attack of both battling monsters and prevents either from being destroyed by the battle. That would be the case, except Yuma plays
There's more.
Double Bind. Now, by targeting one monster he controls, whose attack has been decreased, he can double its attack and make it so that if that monster battles and the opponent's monster isn't destroyed by battle due to a card effect, then that effect is not applied. I'm just gonna jump in.
What the fuck? What is this, dude? Quick play spells go brrr. Dude, what is this? Were such a specific effects. I love it. I love it.
In here, real quick. Zexal has some of the most situational cards I've ever heard of in my entire life. Did you just hear what I just explained to you? You would never play this card in real life. It is so hyper specific to such a specific scenario. I guess he's put this in because he knows he's playing Kite, but come on, it's a bit. It's a bit. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Let's carry on.
You know what? You know what? Even though I know those are like made up cards and make no sense, and no, that card like makes no sense existing. Even playing against it, against your, like, you know, as a counter for the specific deck your opponent is playing, it is still cool to see it. That was still cool. The cool factor here beats everything, because that was such a cool play. Yeah, this is when the combos go long and complicated. No, I love it. I love it. I love this. I'm loving this. A chain link in my Yu-Gi-Oh anime, blasphemy. I haven't watched that in years. And they are real cards. That's the worst part. Oh my god. Again, Zexal is carrying dual specific spell trap cards. Yes.
Pia destroys Galaxy Eyes. The battle phase ends, and Flash Effect, Battle Simulation, and Double Binds effects all end. Yuma sets something face down and ends his turn.
Interesting.
As he does, Kite gives up. His passion and motivation for dueling have gone, and he no longer sees any reason to continue. The context for
what happened, dude? Yeah, it's a lot cooler than just flip floodgates, lol. Yeah, no, totally, obviously. I like the back and forth in just one action, right? That keeps going more.
Don't know is that he used to duel so that he could save his brother, who's a number hunter. However, his brother is safe now, so what is he dueling for exactly? Well, luckily, after a speech from
what? There is no reason for me to go on. What am I fighting for? That's what he said.
Both Yuma and Astral, Kite gains a new outlook on dueling. He smiles and returns to the duel.
Oh, it's just that easy, okay.
He draws Card of Adversities. Since Kite controls no monsters and Yuma controls a special summon monster, he can activate it, allowing him to draw 2 new cards. He draws Excel Light and Daybreaker. Kite plays Excel Light since he controls no monsters. This lets him special summon a level 4 light monster from his deck. He summons Daybreaker. Daybreaker's effect kicks in, allowing him to special summon another copy from his hand. Kite overlays his 2 Daybreakers to exceed summon his Starleaf Paladynamo. Kite activates its effect by detaching 1 material. This lets him decrease the attack of 1 monster to 0 and negate the effect of all other cards on the field.
Okay,
Since
dude.
Utopia's effect was negated, this means it has lost its number protection, and so Starleaf Paladynamo attacks and destroys it. Kite ends his turn.
Oh, that's an effect. Interesting. So it can be negated. Cool. I don't think we've seen that before. Have we? Actually, maybe we have. I don't know, dude. I'm like some effects are like so overcomplicated that I miss some stuff. Sorry about that. A ball fighter with no ball to fight. Mega mind. You know, that's a cool phrase. I love that. I think he just sees dueling as a means to an end. Yeah, and now there is no point. Did they explain how the brother was cured? I don't think so, and I don't think we need that right now. I would probably enjoy to watch that in the anime when I watch it. His version of Pot of Greed. Now he just wants to beat his friend's ass in a card game. No, that's what it's all about. We love to see that. Paladynamo definitely feels like a card a numbers hunter will use. Very nice. Like, huh? Daybreaker is Princess Celestia's dark name from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Daybreaker is Princess Celestia's dark name from My Little Pony. What am I reading? Sorry, I'm missing that lore. Palo was decent for a light deck in general, since it also draws 1 if it's destroyed. So like a kind of like a staple for that type of deck. Interesting. Tuning to check if you were reacting to yes anime, and you were for the billionth time. Dude, we love it. Chat loves it. What can I say? I'm enjoying it.
It's Yuma's turn, and he draws Card of Spell Containment. He activates it to draw 2 cards, at the expense of being unable to activate any more spell cards or set any other cards for the rest of this turn. Yuma draws Gagaga Clerk and Gagaga Caesar. Yuma
love Gagaga
summons
Clerk.
Caesar and then special summons Clerk, since there is a Gagaga monster on the field. Yuma activates Caesar's effect to banish Ganbara Knight from his grave to change all monsters on the field to the same level as the banished monster. With 2 level 4s, Yuma overlays into rank 4 heroic champion Excalibur. He uses Excalibur to attack Paladynamo. As he does, he uses its effect to detach all of its materials to double its attack. Paladynamo is destroyed.
Oh, that's so cool. They did a thing.
In, allowing Kite to draw 1 card. Kite draws Xyz's double back. Yuma's turn ends, and Excalibur's attack returns to normal. It's Kite's turn, and he draws Galaxy Zero. He activates Galaxy Zero to revive Galaxy Eye's Photon Dragon. However, its effects are negated, and this card is equipped to it. Kite attacks Excalibur. Due to the third effect of Galaxy Zero, Photon Dragon loses 800 attack whenever it declares battle. Excalibur is destroyed. As the battle phase ends, Galaxy Eye's attack returns to normal. Kite sets Xyz's double back face down and ends his turn. It's Yuma's turn, and he draws Gagaga Draw. He activates it by banishing 3 Gagaga monsters in his grave. Now he can draw 2 new cards.
Oh, that's it, the Polo Grid.
Clerk and Magician, and draws Xyz's Revival and Dimension Gate. Yuma activates Xyz's Revival to special summon Utopia back from the grave. Yuma then Chaos Xyz evolutions Utopia into number C39 Utopia Ray.
Oh,
Yuma
the same
activates
one.
the effect of Utopia Ray, detaching Utopia to decrease Galaxy Eyes' attack and increase his own. Yuma attacks Galaxy Eyes, but Kite activates the 4th effect of Galaxy Zero.
Do you know how insane that sounds? The 4th effect? Do you know how insane that sounds? It's crazy, dude.
Lets him send it to the grave to prevent the destruction of Galaxy Eyes once in battle. However, the final effect of Galaxy Zero then activates. Since it was sent to the grave, it reduces the attack of Galaxy Eyes to 0. It seems like Kite is about to lose. However,
Unbelievable.
you all forgot about Yuma's Zero Zarok.
What?
Due to its effect, monsters with 0 attack can't be attacked.
Shut
And
up,
so now,
dude. No way. That's so...
Yuma is the one in trouble. If he can't declare an attack, he'll lose 1000 life points due to Kite's battle gravity. To avoid this, Yuma uses Dimension Gate. This banishes Utopia, and now since he doesn't control a monster, he doesn't receive any damage. Yuma ends by setting Xyz's double back face down. It's Kite's turn, and the final turn of the duel. He draws and gets Galaxy Wizard. He summons it and then uses its effect to treat it as 2 level 8 monsters. Kite overlays his Galaxy Eyes and Galaxy Wizard.
Excuse
sending
me?
out his rank 8 Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. However, due to Galaxy Wizard's final effect, it removes 2000 attack from Neo Galaxy Eyes. Kite attacks directly. However, Yuma plays the second effect of Dimension Gate. By sending it to the grave when attacked, he can summon back Utopia Ray with its effects negated. A replay occurs and Kite attacks again. Both monsters are destroyed. Now, since Yuma's Xyz monster was destroyed and he has no monsters on the field, he can activate his Xyz double back. This card can only be played on the turn his monster was destroyed. He can now resummon the Xyz monster just destroyed, along with another Xyz monster in his grave.
Really?
That has equal or less attack to it. However, they are destroyed during the end phase of his next turn. With both monsters back, it seems as if Yuma is set up for victory.
Oh
However,
no, what is
Kite
it now?
plays his own Xyz double back. He summons Neo Galaxy Eyes and Galaxy Eyes. Both monsters attack and destroy Yuma's monsters. Kite wins the duel.
That was such an Uno reverse card. That is so funny. It's like literally the same card, but yeah, with better monsters, I guess. That is so crazy. That is absolutely insane. It's pretty nice that this is a casual. Yeah, there is no stakes in this. This is an actual casual match. I know he was fighting for our stuff before. Now I didn't know the context. That is so cool. Absolutely stacked with spell. Everything. In Sexal, they cheated a lot of Xyz with 3 as 2 materials effects. Very reminiscent of Jaden versus Sane, where both duelists had battle fusion, except this time the rival won. The other time we're a draw, right? Like the second match in this. Interesting. Bro was ready. Oh, 100%.
This final play elicits memories of the graduation match from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. However, the card they used back then was Battle Fusion. Ironically, both Zane and Kite are the only rivals to the main character that have never lost to the main character. So that makes this play all the more fitting, really. Kite helps Yuma
the
up
goat.
after his defeat. Yuma promises that in their next duel, he will win. However, there will be no next duel.
No.
Which then poses the question to all of you. This duel happened on episodes 72 and 73. There are around 140 episodes of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal.
140?
So, with 70 more episodes of character development, dueling development, and deck development, who would win in a final duel at the end of the series?
That's so weird. That is I guess it's the main rival, but they don't duel again. They only do like half the series, and then after that, there is no duels between protagonist and rival. I guess the same happens in the original, right? The Yui and Kaiba, they also didn't duel again after Battle City. Yuma has 2 rivals? Yeah. Yeah, Zexal has a total of 146 episodes, 8 less than 5Ds. At least Jaden dueled Chaz? Question mark? I don't know, dude.
Kite Tenjo or Yuma Tsukumo?
Zexal is the high stakes plot. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It's interesting how Yuma and Astral didn't rely on a Zexal morph in this duel. I guess this duel was more for fun. It could be argued that Yuma and Astral didn't give their 100% in this duel. So,
True.
yeah, those are the facts. Let me know what you think.
No shining draw.
But other than that, thank you all for watching. Catch you later.
Yeah. Thank you, Colonel Sanders for the follow. Thank you. How many rivals does Pepper have? Right now, I don't think I play with a lot of people to consider anyone like an actual rival. I don't think so. But it would be cool to have one. Honestly, that would probably ruin my life. If I had an actual rival, I would like be like theory crafting the whole time just to beat this person in particular. Hi, and also happy Mario Day. Oh yeah, it's Mario Day right now. Well, in Europe. For me, not yet. It's gonna be tomorrow. But yeah, happy Mario Day. Your sister? That's all I can think. I mean, I don't know about that one. I don't know if we will be like rivals like that. Fun fact about Zexal, it was literally the last Saturday morning cartoon to be aired before they stopped doing Saturday morning cartoon. Wait, really? That is such an interesting thing. I don't know. Saturday Monday cartoon has never been a thing for me because, well, I actually don't know. I feel like that's more of an American thing. I don't live in the US, so I don't think we had that. I think it was always different. So I didn't know that. I missed the part of the American lore. Brain has 120 episodes, 7 has 92 episodes, and Go Rush 151. How many GX have? The one about Soulburner vs Blue Girl makes me angry. They made Aoi so dirty there. I already watched it. We're gonna you can check the bot. We watched it like a few minutes ago. Yeah, for people watching this on YouTube right now on like its own highlight video, we already watched this. We watched the other one with Blue Angel versus Playmaker. Yeah, so they should probably be already uploaded in the channel. So yeah, thank you everyone for recommending this. Always cool to see more about the Yu-Gi-Oh series that I haven't watched. So yeah, we're gonna go to watch more.